Hello everyone, and welcome to this reading as well as the Wildwood Tarot channel. So we are asking, how do they see you? And this is intended to involve a love interest, but if that's not who you're asking about, just ignore any sort of romantic or love intimate type messages and just pay attention to the messages that feel like they apply to the person you are inquiring about today. So we'll get started by just shuffling this oracle deck here and pulling some cards for the pile selection. And of course, as always, you can think about the person that you are asking about. Focus on their energy and asking how they see you. We'll reveal the piles. So we have pile 1 here with the Selenite heart is the Book of Shadows. And this again is the Selenite heart. Pile 2 is the Blessing and the Banishing candle with the Amazonite Palmstone. And pile 3, her little Cauldron with the Rose Quartz. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of time here, about 20 seconds or so. Of course, if you need more time, feel free to pause the video. Whenever you know which pile you are being drawn to, you can click on the timestamp below. And of course, if you feel called to more than one pile, there may be messages in more than one pile for you today. You're more than welcome to watch 2 or all 3 piles if you feel so called. And I'll see you in your reading soon. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading today. And of course, as you know, we are doing How Do They See You? So the first impression I'm getting from your card here is that they see you as somebody who perhaps you journal or you enjoy reading a lot or both. You may be somebody who has a lot of knowledge, and they see you as actually quite wise, quite in touch with learning, with your intellectual side, somebody who likes to ponder and be a student of life. So they have a lot of respect and a lot of interest and curiosity around that side of you. So let's go ahead. We're going to be doing a more intuitive reading today. And by that, I mean it's going to be a bit more free form. So I'm going to use decks for each reading that just call to me according to the energy that's coming through. And so I think for your pile, I'm going to start with this beautiful Wildwood Tarot deck that I absolutely love. So let's give it a couple good shuffles. We'll just see kind of what comes out. We'll take cards today that flip out or that just seem to call, but we will take flip cards today since we're doing a bit more of an intuitive shuffle. Yeah, definitely this one. Wow, the 9 of Cups, generosity. So clearly there with that word, I am getting that they see you as generous, but I'm almost getting that they see you as generous with your time. So perhaps you're somebody who volunteers with, things that really call to your heart. You may have a lot of skills that you're able to contribute to the community around passions of yours that you actually have quite a bit of learned knowledge, learned experience that you're able to contribute in a meaningful way to others who can benefit from that side of you. This Queen of Cups coming in here with the salmon shows me that they see you as somebody who strives for what they care about, what speaks to your heart. You're able to go after with ambition. You aren't afraid of taking that risk to, climb the ladder, right? To even break through glass ceilings, to show other people what you can do, what you're all about. This may be in intellectual matters and matters of the mind as well. So you aren't afraid of showing other people your brilliance, your insights, your genius. They see you as a genius. They see you as very smart, very intellectual, very gifted in the ways of the mind and of figuring out things, problem solving, being a creative problem solver. Wow. So this card is the green woman in this deck, number 3. It is the Empress. I mean, you guys have 9 of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the Empress. This is an amazing spread so far. Like they adore, admire, like worship the ground you walk on. Essentially, they think that you are a dream come true. They can't believe that somebody like you exists on the same plane as them, and they feel so blessed to know you and to get to be in the same space as you, share time with you. Any time you spend with them, they don't take for granted. They feel that you're being generous anytime you spend time with them or around them or communicate with them, share yourself with them, share your day, your insights. They love hearing from you. They see you as somebody who brings life to others, brings life to, I'm getting children, even a caretaker of plants, of animals. They do, if this is somebody that you have a romantic involvement with or are considering, they do see you, if this is something that you also resonate with, they see you as having all the qualities to be an amazing parent. Somebody who's nurturing, somebody who cares generously for others and is giving of your time. Someone who's willing to, at times, sacrifice their own needs in order to care for somebody who, like a child, would need that additional time and care. They see you as somebody who could impart your own knowledge and learning that you've obtained through a well-lived life and all of your curiosity and inquiring about the world around you. They see you as somebody who could impart that knowledge to your children or to other children. Maybe you're a teacher. They see you as becoming, in your later life, a respected elder in the community and in your, circle of influence, being able to impart knowledge to the next generations that improves everyone's life, improves the community, gaining huge respect as someone who people want to essentially study under. I even see that they envision you as someone who other parents would want their children to hear your life stories and learn from that oral history how you've obtained such a kind and generous and yet strong and assertive character. They really see you as a role model and someone to respect and admire. Let's get one more card from this deck, see what else these cards have to say. Could we get one more card for pile number 1, please? Oh. Okay, this one. 6 of Stones. So in this deck, 6 of Stones, which is the 6 of Pentacles, the key word here is exploitation. The energy that's coming immediately off this card for me is that you stand up for others. You are like a protector spirit in their mind. They see you as someone who would never allow for wrongdoings to occur in the community that you love. And even past that, you don't stand for that anywhere in the world. Whenever you have a chance to stand up for the rights of others and make sure that people aren't being exploited. Yeah, like I'm almost getting, maybe you are someone who volunteers to make sure people aren't hungry, or you volunteer to help people who've lost housing. You might even be somebody who writes letters or lobbies for laws that help with basic social needs and basic human rights, fighting against the privatization of basic resources like water. Maybe you're someone who even travels to other places other than where you've grown up in order to help people who are facing exploitation from, extractive resource gathering, places that are facing issues around human rights violations by large corporations or, I'm just getting like this very, they're so impressed by you. And even if this is on a smaller scale, right? Even if you're not doing these, like traveling internationally to do this, they see you standing up for your own rights and for other people's rights in your day-to-day interactions with the people around you. Yeah. Maybe you're even somebody who writes about this. Someone who writes about, even like writes poetry that kind of exposes some of that dark side of human nature, and somehow it is, I'm getting like, if you guys know who Andrea Gibson is, she's a spoken word poet. They are a spoken word poet who writes about a lot of the issues that happen around the world and that have happened in their own life, and writes about them in a way that's really emotive, gets at your emotions, and inspires change, inspires action, inspires a new perspective that gives hope, but also kind of lights a fire under people who are listening in order to inspire people to stand up for others and stand against wrongdoing in the world. And that's kind of the energy that comes through here. It's very interesting because, this character in this oracle card of yours, her Book of Shadows, is very peaceful, kind of stationary, sitting and contemplating, drinking her tea or coffee or hot chocolate or whatever it might be, under this starry night sky, and with a little book here. And in the guidebook, this is either her book of shadows or her book of light. It's a book of light and shadows, right? You can't really have one without the other. And so, it's a very kind of like calm, meditative, a little bit like isolated in a way, and yet all of this energy here is so vibrant and moving and doing and creating and acting. And so you clearly have both of these sides to you, and they see this. They see that you need a lot of time to yourself because you are so... When you go out into your community or out into your workplace or volunteering or whatever it might be, the time that you spend acting and doing and being in the presence of others, maybe standing up for others, is very effective. You get a lot done, even if it's in like a small condensed amount of time. And so they see that you need this time to reflect, perhaps journal, perhaps read, disconnect a little bit from all of the problems that you're constantly trying to fix in the world. And they respect that. They think that that makes you even more attractive in a lot of ways, and they want to support that in you. And I think that they resonate with that as well. Perhaps they have the same needs to kind of recharge after being very active. So let's get a few more cards for you here. I'd actually like to pull one more oracle card. We're going to look at this botanical deck here and get an oracle card for you. Give it a couple of shuffles. See what we are given for an oracle card from, there we go. Resourcefulness, Huckleberry. Beautiful. And then I'm going to pull a tarot card or two from this beautiful Tarot of the Divine. Pile number 1. How does their person see them? The person that they're asking about today. How do they see them? 7 of Coins. Also a very resourceful energy. 4 of Wands. Wow. Yeah, so if you don't already know this, they see you as marriage material. They see you as somebody worthy of a commitment, worthy of their commitment. They see you as resourceful, of worth investing in, worth growing something with. They have so much deep respect and love for you. Let's get one more card here. I think we'll go, actually being called to grab another deck I don't have near me. I'm going to pause real quick. Okay. I was being called to grab this Sacred Bee Tarot. It's actually called the Journey of the Sacred Bee. I think we'll get a couple of cards from this deck as well and just see what additional information we are given for you. Pile number 1. Wow, the Moon and Queen of Cups. So you've got Queen of Cups twice. So you might be a water sign. You might have strong water in your chart, or you might just have kind of that energy about you. I apologize for the background noise. My puppy is collapsing on the ground very dramatically. He's tired. But all right, so Yeah, there's a lot of watery emotional energy coming through. And this also, of course, it's about how they see you and feel towards you. And clearly with this Four of Wands, the 2 Queen of Cups, the 9 of Cups, the Empress, I mean, they very much, this such a strong message coming through that they want this commitment with you. They want to marry you. If you're already married, like, there might even be a desire to renew their vows with you, to, go on almost another honeymoon or like an additional trip of some sort to celebrate your marriage, your commitment, your relationship. With this moon here, for some of you that aren't already in a relationship with this person, there may be some mystery around how you feel towards them. They may be wondering if you want this commitment or this beginning of this relationship, or if you see them in a light where, they may be wondering if you want to marry them or if you see them as marriage material. There's definitely some wondering, some mystery here, and I feel that it's in relationship to your mindset towards them. They'd really like to have a conversation around that. And the only grounded pentacle energy that's here is this 6 of stones, the 6 of coins, 6 of pentacles. So I feel like for a lot of you, it could be the case that this relationship hasn't been brought into kind of that grounded, stable reality state yet. So you may have just met, you may have just started talking, you may have seen them around but not have engaged fully with them yet. You may know them through a friend circle, or if you are dating, maybe there's some mystery between you two of where you want this to go. That may be why you're here, wondering what they think of you. So I do see that they have a desire to ground this. Let's get a couple more cards around that. Is this person going to initiate? Because we also don't have any swords or wands energy here. It feels like they're very in their emotions. Oh, we do have this 7 of pentacles. It's interesting that missed my eye when I was looking for that kind of feeling of groundedness. This almost has, with the illustrations here, and of course we have the 4 of wands, yes. With the illustration here, it almost has the feeling of like a fiery, like wands card in this deck. There clearly is passion here for you, very much so. With the lack of swords, I'm wondering when this communication, getting clarity, is going to happen. Are they going to initiate? Are they planning on doing that soon? Are they kind of trying to feel you out? Let's get some answers here. So I think we will use, we're actually going to use this 5th Spirit Tarot deck. This deck is still a bit new and a little bit stiff, so it doesn't always want to shuffle super well for me. Still kind of getting used to it. And I just saw on the bottom of the deck there the 7 of Pentacles again. So they very much want this to be grounded if it's not already. It's a very strong message coming through with that card showing itself to me. Okay. 2 of Wands. So I do think that they're planning. I feel like maybe they're even staying up late at night thinking about this and how to approach you. Yeah, they definitely are thinking about it. think this one too. That's the World. Do need to cover that card. Has a little bit of nudity. Just want to make sure we don't violate YouTube's rules here. Okay, I think that's all right. All right, so the other cards that flipped, we got quite a few. So I think that they actually have a lot of plans. They really want to bring this like to completion. They want to bring this in, make it a reality. Yeah, they want this to feel like an accomplishment, to talk with you and to figure out where you both want this to go. You know, the World card is the final card in the Major Arcana set, and it very much in this question and in this part of your reading feels like bringing this energy of kind of going round and round in their mind about how do you feel, how is this going to turn out, where is this going, where do you both see this relationship in your future. They want to bring that to completion and have it like be the closing of that chapter of that lack of clarity or, you know, wondering stage, and have it begin a whole new experience together where you can make plans and talk and be on the same page and be frank and be forthright and really communicate well with each other. You know, work as a team, work together, right? Two of Wands, sometimes viewed as like two flames, both burning side by side together, you know, into the night, going forth, you know, shining their light, yeah, blazing a path together. This Five of Wands, I see that they're willing to strive, to put in the work, to do whatever it takes. I think that you guys actually share a lot of interests together. They see all these different possibilities of having fun together, how much you guys can accomplish together and grow and have fun, you know. This like, I see them like thinking of, you know, going camping or having like a backyard bonfire together and roasting marshmallows, of, you know, playing games, like maybe joining a rec league or a beer league or something like that, where you can, you know, play on like a softball team together, or, you know, this like doing work together, right? Like doing what it takes to build a life together that you both are passionate about and truly enjoy. This hive with these little worker bees just keeps drawing my eye and making me think that they want to build. They see you as the queen bee, is the message coming through here. And they very much want to build this world, this life, this happy, busy home with you, where not only is it a safe place, but it's also a place where others in the community can come and get nourished. You know, it's sweet, filled with honey, is the feeling too. That's what they want with you. Page of Swords. Okay, that's a really good sign. So Page of Swords, very much an initiator of communication. You know, this person is reading a book, so maybe they're kind of like almost getting advice, reading even, I'm seeing people reading like relationship books and talking about it. So maybe they're talking to friends about how to approach this with you. If you're already in a relationship with this person or already married to this person, if there's been any communication issues or a lack of being on the same page, they're trying to get back on the same page with you. They're doing everything they can to figure this out, to, you know, put their best foot forward, and they're going to initiate a conversation about this that's going to feel really good. And like they've taken a lot of time to clear their mind, get their thoughts kind of organized, and come up with solutions and ways to go ahead that'll feel really healthy and good for both of you. Four of Cups. Let's see what else we have here. So we have Four of Cups, Four of Swords, and Nine of Swords. Okay, so this is something that's been on their mind. They've been troubled about the fact that you guys, yeah, there may have been a lack of clarity here. They would really like to end that. This is very, very clear that they're frustrated with this situation where, this moon card, they don't know how you feel towards them, or maybe they worry that you don't know how they feel towards you, and it's making them, concerned, a little bit anxious, even, some of them may be worried that someone else will come in and offer you this cup of love, and almost whisk you away, right? So they don't want that to happen. They want those fears to be put to rest as soon as possible. And so they're doing everything in their power to make sure that they approach you in a good way, that they approach you well, and have what they need to say prepared. They're willing to put in the work is a big message that I think they're going to tell you. And yeah, they want to put all of this to rest, all of this anxiety, this worry that someone else might come in and propose a relationship or something like that to you, because they just, God, they see you as everything. They want everything with you. They want the world with you. Okay? Well, pile number 1, really beautiful reading. I hope that was a good reading for you today and that you enjoyed this and got some good messages. Clearly, you're quite the amazing person, so thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today. I hope everything goes well, all the best for you and this person who just worships the ground that you walk on. So, yeah, all right. Well, definitely, if you enjoyed this reading, it would be wonderful if you would like to comment, subscribe to the channel. All of those things are wonderful ways in which you can support me and these free readings that I really love to put out into the world. So I hope to be able to continue on with this channel. And yeah, all right. Well, pile number 1, I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Take care. See you again in another reading. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. So you, of course, are here for the reading asking the question, how do they see you? Excuse me. So with this blue color and a little bit of throat clearing, I understand why you're coming to this reading, because perhaps there have been just a lack of clarity from this person about how they see you, right? So we're going to get some insight, but I do feel like there is a clearing coming through of the throat chakra, and so you may get this insight very soon from your person as well, as the message coming through with this wind coming in. I feel like it's kind of blowing out any stagnant energy there and coming in with a fresh, new energy that's going to open up some of those doors between the two of you and really allow for an more open exchange of energy and information between the two of you. A bit more clarity and insight into each other as well. So this card, a big message coming through with how your person sees you is that I think that you may have an old soul, or at least that's how this person sees you. They see you as someone gifted with wisdom beyond your years, and someone who's not afraid to essentially clear anything from your life that does not serve you. And they respect that so deeply. Maybe it's something that they struggle with, or something that they've also done and really think is important, but they very much see you as, you're able to, if there's an energy that comes into your life that you don't appreciate or no longer resonates with your vibration, your higher vibration here, you have no problem releasing that energy from your life and not holding on to it from a place of kind of misplaced obligation or anything like that. They also see that you bring blessings to others around you. And so you may attract a lot of people, a lot of attention who are attracted to your light, to this inner light that you hold. You definitely have a touch of wildness around you, but also a very strong sense of calm. I think that when this person is near you, they feel calm and peaceful and like a lack of stress. And yet there's also something that calls to them. I think that they also share that little sense of wildness, and they're so intrigued and they want to explore that side with you, is the message coming through. So let's move your card and your crystal over. So we're doing a more intuitive freeform reading today. So there's no kind of like structured way it'll go. It's just however it's feeling. So the first deck that I'm feeling we need to pull from for you is this Light Seer's Tarot deck. Oh, it's funny. We just got a little grass seed. My cats have been bringing these in from outside. They get kind of stuck to their fur. And so clearly, I actually had no idea where this just came from. It might have fallen out of the deck. But yeah, that's interesting. We'll keep it. We'll see. Not quite sure what energy is coming off of that. But I feel like it relates to that message of wildness for you. So yeah, like it's bringing that sense of, maybe you like to bring nature into your house and you have a lot of plants, or you like press flowers, or maybe you're even an artist. Like I'm seeing someone who does like watercolors of beautiful landscapes or writes poetry about nature. And you just have like this beautiful touch of the outside of the natural world in the way you decorate your living space or the way you dress. Maybe you like to put a flower in your hair or always have flowers inside. Whatever it is, they really like that aspect about you. It's something that just, for whatever reason, it makes it feel like home. If they've ever been to your house, or if they've just seen the way you dress, or if maybe you share another space together, like an office or something like that, or they've met you at the place where you work, maybe they've just noticed that in some way about you and how you like to bring that natural world even inside. Okay? They really, really like that about you. Wow. Judgment. This card's been coming out a lot from this deck. 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. And the Fool. Wow. And bottom of the deck is the Tower. Yeah. So really interesting. I'm actually going to pull this and just see if we can fit this over here. Yeah. Looks like that's still in your view. So they may have met you very suddenly. It's almost like your energy, the first time they saw you, the first time they looked at you, even if you guys met online and they just saw like a picture of you, maybe you met on like a dating app or something like that, social media, whatever it was, however you met, there's this extreme sense of being like, they felt like they were struck by lightning. It's as if their soul left their body for a second, and they were just absolutely awed by your beauty, They could tell how strong and how self-sufficient and wise and gifted you are. And it felt like simply your existence in this world was this gift that they didn't even realize was out there. Yeah, they feel like you, in a lot of ways, are sacred, you know, somebody to be loved and cherished, protected, but not like you need protection. Like they very much see your self-sufficiency, but they just see your goodness and your uniqueness and specialness, and they want to hold that and keep it safe and cherish it and never drop it, essentially. And I see them wanting to, it's almost as if as soon as they saw you, they just were ready to leap in. They were ready to take this risk. They might have gone out of their way to get to know you, to introduce themselves, to strike up a conversation, or to, you know, indicate to you that they were available and interested, right? Yeah, okay, let's see what else we get. So I am getting the message to grab you guys another oracle card here from this Whispers of Love oracle deck, which just has the most beautiful illustrations. Excited to see what we get here. This one. The only thing that is real is love. Beautiful. This is number 7, which in tarot would relate to the Chariot, which is all about success, striving forward, achieving victory. Here we see this couple standing and looking out on the world. There's hands holding doves. It's a very, you know, with this rainbow here, like it again has this feeling of being held, of being cherished, of being seen as sacred in a way. So the message coming through here again is, it's almost as if when they met you, they refocused their entire, like, almost reason for being here, for existing on, yeah, they almost like wanted to make sure that you knew how they felt and what a gift you are. If for some of you this hasn't essentially manifested into communication, you know, verbally, one, I do see that coming. I see them maybe getting up the courage to do this. 2, there could be obstacles in the way. There could be something that they may feel like interesting. So they definitely want to come in making sure that they have enough to offer you, is the message coming through, because they see you as someone who doesn't really need others, right? Isn't necessarily like needing to be in a relationship, certainly doesn't need to be, you know, they don't want to like act like there's some knight in shining armor. Like they see you as somebody to be only interested in equals. And so if there's a delay here in them manifesting into your life in a very real, very grounded, very like, let's do this, I'm interested, let's move this forward, let's go to a higher level of commitment, you know, whatever it is, it's because they want to make sure that they are treating you the way that they see you deserve, that they're able to offer this essentially 10th pentacle to bring you from this 9 of Pentacles to 10 of Pentacles. It's almost the feeling of like bringing that additional cup from the 9 of Cups to the 10 of Cups, like that happy family. 10 of Pentacles, we often see multiple generations, the establishing of a legacy, right? So they really want to respect you. They want to step up, make sure that what they're offering you is what you deserve. Because they know, like they understand that you won't accept less, right? Like you have high standards. You know your own worth. You're very wise, and you won't hesitate to, push anything out of your life that doesn't belong there, doesn't step up in the right way. There almost may be a sense of intimidation as well, not in a bad way, but like they have so much respect. It's like you're the boss, right? Like you're like this boss energy that they just want to be like, respect, like they just they don't want to treat you in any way that would give you the wrong impression that they don't see you as that strong, independent, excuse my language, but badass energy, right? So they very much see you as someone who's like doing really impressive things in the world and in your own life. Yeah. And they see this potential for having this whole world together. I don't know if you're like the CEO of some company or you started your own business, or I'm getting like starting a nonprofit or having like a side hustle that's really taking off. You might even be like an author of books that are starting to get really popular. Something's going on here where they just see your trajectory in life like just exponentially going up. They see you being incredibly successful in your own way, whatever that is. And they want to be able to show up in the same sort of energy. So they might be spending time investing in their own endeavors, maybe saving money so that they're able to, buy you a ring or buy a house or whatever it might be that kind of like make sure that they feel like they're coming in on equal footing and offering you an equal relationship here, where you're both kind of showing up in this boss energy. Okay, so let's see what else we've got here. I'm getting a message to pull at least one card from this Spiritsong Tarot. Excuse my Freudian slip there. I am getting that they're like super physically attracted to you. Like they just like can't even believe that they could be so lucky as to like be so attracted to someone and potentially have you be attracted back. Yeah. 6 of Feathers. So this is the 6 of Swords, transition and insight, and King of Shells. Yeah. So this is the King of Cups, harmony and integrity. And it's for some reason, it's also giving me a King of Pentacles energy. So I very much see that they, not only do they want to show up in a really mature, like emotionally mature, emotionally balanced sort of way, because that's how they see you, right? Like you have mastery over your emotions, you know yourself inside and out, you show that to the world, you're not afraid to show up in your authentic self, you're full of integrity. They see you as like so impressive, someone who's just so evolved and who knows themselves and is really like doing well in the world. And so the 6 of Feathers It's giving me communication energy here with this swords energy. And this dragonfly, often relates to partnership. You guys also have 34 here on your oracle card. And 3 and 4 always make me think of the Emperor and the Empress, divine union, divine couple, your divine counterpart. And so I think there's going to be communication here around how they see you and how they, there could even be maybe you guys haven't even talked that much, and then all of a sudden they're going to approach you and be like, I see you as the most incredible person I've ever met, and I would be beyond honored if you would go on a date with me. And I just want you to know that my intentions are good, and I'm serious about this. I'm ready for commitment, what are you interested in? What are you looking for? I want to show up right for you. I'm showing up in right energy, good energy. I've got my stuff together. I'm well set up in financially and with a good job or, good benefits, whatever it is. I feel like they're going to want to really impress you and show up in this really good light, King of Cups, King of Pentacles, grounded, stable, good head on their shoulders, very proactive, but also emotionally balanced and mature and able to express their emotions and be warm and gentle and sensitive and nurturing and strong. All of these really good qualities well balanced together. Yeah. Okay. So I just got the message to take a look at the bottom of the deck here, which is the Page of Shells. So that's the Page of Cups, intuition and inspiration. So the message coming through from this is a confirmation of this communication. I think they're going to bring this cup of love to you quite soon and really explain how they feel and give you a it feels like it'll be very sweet, and you might be surprised at the depth of their feelings already, especially if you don't know them well yet. I think they've maybe been observing you for a while, if you guys work together or have a friend group in common or something, or maybe they understand you in a way that might surprise you. They really resonate, and upon seeing you, they just got this hit of knowing that, it almost feels like they knew you're the one, this is it. Gotta, it's time to show up. It's time to grow up. It's time to mature and be a Sorry, there's just a few messages coming through here. Yeah, they just they don't want to show up like the frog. They want to show up like the prince is the message coming through. Prince or princess. King or queen. All right. I think that we will get one more card here. I'm actually getting at least one more card from this tarot deck, and let's see if we can get a little more information about how they see you. Just a little more insight here, Spirit, about how they see you. Any final messages from pile 2's person? Okay. So we have 4 of Swords, 4 of Cups, Princess of Discs, and Queen of Discs. Interesting. Okay, so the message coming through from these cards, the reason, yes, this gives a lot of insight. Okay, so I do feel like they somehow know, whether you guys have had a conversation about this, maybe they know this through a mutual friend, or maybe you were even in this past, I see you being in a past relationship that really wasn't great, that you've had to recover from. And maybe you've actually been single for a while, or you've kind of lost some interest in dating. It feels like they, not only do they understand that you deserve someone who will treat you like a queen, like a princess, like a king or a prince, whatever you resonate with, right? They see you as having not only learned from this experience, but as having become even more grounded and stable, secure on your own, strong, really like coming into your own skin and becoming even wiser and even having more presence, having more power. Yeah, you've increased in self-power at a rate or like a degree that's really impressed people around you. Perhaps they've heard this from others that, you went through this difficult experience in your life, and not only did you come out stronger, but you came out radiant. You came out knowing that not only did you survive, but you are thriving. And they see that in you. They can sense it. They can feel that energy coming off of you. And they're impressed. Like they, like they see that nothing could keep you down, right? Like you are so resilient and so able to transmute. It's like you can, spin that straw into gold, right? Turn lemons into lemonade. Like you can take any sort of difficult experience that you come up against and face and extract the sweetness, the goodness from it. Find the silver lining. You're really, really good at that. And it's partially because you're so wise and you're such an old soul and you've been imparted with this type of knowledge and wisdom. But it's also, it's a way of looking at the world that they really respect. They see that you're able to find the good in situations, but yet keep your boundaries strong. Even though you might see the good in somebody, if they don't treat you well, you're not going to tolerate bad behavior, right? It's not like you're going to condemn them as a person. You're still going to see them as, somebody who's maybe wounded or has gone through difficulties and is struggling to, kind of integrate those experiences, whatever it is, right? You're going to be understanding and realistic and have a good perspective. But if their actions towards you aren't what you want to have around you or how you want to be treated, you don't hesitate to, respectfully, calmly, in a very like powerful and yet not overly aggressive way. Like you can assertively put up those boundaries to protect your own energy and, set the standard for how you want to be treated. And yeah, they have so much respect for how you're able to do that. Again, they just, excuse my language again, but they just think you're a badass and they would love to have, they would love to have this energy that you show. They would love to always be connected with that, they'd love to be a part of your world, to be your person, to build this world together. They're so inspired by everything that you do and how you show up, and they want to be connected with you. They want to be your partner, your divine, union is what's coming through really, really strongly. You know, both the dragonfly and the seahorse have really strong meanings around partnership. The seahorse always makes me think of how, you know, the male seahorse in the pairing of, you know, during like their reproductive cycle, right? Like the male seahorse is actually the one who carries the babies to term, and takes on that partnership. And so or that responsibility. So the message coming through is that they truly want to pull their weight, in this relationship. And, you know, there could even be like a message for just a few of you that, if this is a relationship where you would eventually want to have children together, you know, there may even be a non-traditional where, like, you know, say one person, if you're in a hetero relationship, you know, maybe the father stays home and helps to raise the kids, right? And mom holds like a really strong, like is a CEO of a corporation and like, you know, goes back to work and is the breadwinner and all of those things, right? We're all about breaking those heteronormative things here. So, but that just might be a very aside specific message for some of you, might be a confirmation if that's something that you resonate with. Okay, so all right, pile number 2, really, really beautiful reading here. There's so much love coming through this pile, so much mad respect. You guys are super strong, crazy cool, like don't ever lose that spark. Not that you would, because clearly you know how to cultivate it and keep it burning. So mad respect to you. All right, pile number 2, I hope that you had a good experience here listening to this reading. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up under this video, subscribe to the channel, comment. I would love to hear any feedback that you'd like to share. Always makes my day. So yeah, thanks for supporting the channel. To all those who've already subscribed, liked, commented, shared your beautiful energy. Can't wait to read for you all again. All right, take care. Hello, pile 3. So I'm really excited to get to your reading today because the energy that's coming off of your card and your crystal combined together is just beautiful. This most, like, I can't even, I'm having trouble even before I got to your reading. Like, it has almost this feeling of being unable to be really truly expressed in words. And I think that this is how your person also is feeling about you, since that's the question we're asking today, is how do they see you? So there's a gentleness, there's a kindness, there's a simplicity of living. I think that you are someone who needs very little, you know, likes the simple things, isn't really into materialism or going after even the types of accomplishments that others say are necessary for living a good life. I think that what brings you true joy is being of service to others, right? And not of like in a servitude sort of way at all. It's in a way that is empowering, right? Like you're able to be someone who, you know, cheers another person up when they are sad, who shows up for that friend who's in the hospital and sits by their bed and reads to them and comforts them when they are lonely. I see you even being somebody who maybe in this life or a past life was someone who took in wild animals and mended broken bones. You know, it's that kind of spirit that you have that's so caring and feels this connection with all living beings. like they see you as somebody who has almost a magical understanding of, like, you're definitely an empath, or at least that's how they feel your energy, is somebody who's incredibly empathic, incredibly tuned in to the emotions of everyone around you. And so because of this, you might be somebody who seeks out time alone, needs to rest and detox, maybe just with your pets or with plants or taking a walk in nature. And it's something that they find really endearing, and yeah, it really fascinates them. Like they may be a very different person from you, and so it's something that, like, they almost see as it brings balance between the two of you. I'm being drawn to your number here, 37, and like the number 3 and the number 7 are it's giving me the message that, like, they're very different from each other, like their energies are really different. Number 3 is like that Empress energy, that nurture, caretaker, creative, like mastermind in a way is what I'm getting, like creates her own worlds, and yeah, like is seen as like the great mother, right? Regardless of gender, it's that energy coming through. And then the 7 is the Chariot, which is a very forward moving, quick, striving, ambitious type of energy. And I'm getting that that's how your person is. That's how their energy comes through. And so you guys might be very different. They may move at a very fast pace, and you might be a bit slower, a more gentle, thoughtful energy. And yet, in some, somehow you guys really work well together. Yeah, you guys, so, the message coming through with that is like 3 and 7 add up to 10, which is a very balanced number. It's a number of like wholeness and completion, and, like the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles. It's that sort of energy of finding that like pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, that happy family, that stability. So I think your person sees you as someone who you guys could bring that sort of happiness and stability and balance to each other's lives and to each other's energy. Okay? And it's interesting because for your pile, I'm very much saying your person. And so I've said that I think a couple times in the other piles, but not quite as much. But right away, I'm very much being called to like call them your person. So yeah, that could mean that you guys are already together. But I think that's just, they're seeing you as, they want to be your person if they aren't already, is the message coming through. And it almost feels like you guys, there's this like gentle knowing of each other's energy and soul. It feels like a comfortable, sweet, like you guys are already friends. Even if you don't know each other well yet, your friendship is strong, and you go well together, you work well together. Your energy is actually very compatible. The energy coming off the rose quartz is very, very strongly in your reading, where it's that beautiful open heart chakra. It's like a healing of, there's just like a beauty to the energy between your two hearts. It's pure and loving and caring and warm, healing. It feels like it's even healing to others around you. I think that the connection that you either already have or are building, will have in the future when you've been together for a while and truly, know each other at a deep level. The energy that you have when you're together will heal the hearts of people around you. It's just like so beautiful to behold and to be close to. Okay, let's get some insight into how this person, your person, views you. So this is a very freeform, intuitive reading today. So we're using whatever decks kind of call out to be used within your person's energy. So the first deck I'm being called to is this Tarot of the Divine. And we will take cards that flip or that just kind of talk to us. King of Swords. Yeah, I think this is your person's energy coming through a bit here because it's such a contrast. I think that they recognize that they are very different from you and they want to show up in this King of Swords energy, right? So regardless of gender, whoever your person is that we're talking about here, they want to show up in this energy that is very honorable, very forthright, very clear, good communicator, logical, someone who, shows up with integrity, says what they mean and means what they say, follows through on their promises, is somebody that you can depend on and trust and call a really strong friend, certainly not a fair weather friend, somebody who would be there through hard times, bad times, good times, easy times, is going to show up in the same way no matter what and be dependable. Page of Wands. Beautiful. The Devil. Okay, I was wondering, so that was a little clarification for a question I didn't voice out loud, but I was wondering if this was relating to the passion between you two. So I do see that there is quite an attraction. I think it's really inspired by your guys' differences, right? So how different you two are from each other means really intense chemistry, really intense pull to each other to like bring your opposites together. And it's like striking a match that just like ignites and burns and fascinates. There definitely could be, this won't relate to everybody, but if anyone here resonates with like power dynamic, we won't quite go there because this is a general reading on YouTube, but if you know what I mean, they are definitely interested in exploring that with you. But if that doesn't resonate, you can just leave it there for whoever it is for. All right, and we have King of Wands. Wow. So interesting, because of course we're asking how they feel about you, and I think that they really want to impress you because this feels like their energy coming through. Like, God, they see you as so attractive. Like, you're like their ideal person, like physically, emotionally, intellectually, like your energy. They see you as like the ultimate, person that they would want to date. It's like if they feel like if they had been able to like paint a picture of the person that they would be the most attracted to. It's like you just like stepped off the page and are that person. They really want to show up in their best colors, their best aspect. Like, I think that this person is actually very impressive. They may be very physically striking, or, they may really hold a position of importance. They may have accomplished quite a bit in their lifetime, or they're kind of on that trajectory to accomplish big things. They're very well respected. I feel like they could even be in a position of being like a mentor, being somebody who is a leader within a community. And so, yeah, it's really interesting here because it does feel like you're somebody who doesn't necessarily love the spotlight. I think that there may be, as you guys go on this path of your relationship, there may be times where you both really have to step out of your comfort zone in order to, make this work, meet in the middle, grow together. So I think they see you as someone who honestly like deserves more time in the spotlight, and they kind of want to like bring that to you, but in a way that's like respectful of your wishes and of your energy and your time and what works best for you in your life and your own like personal way of relating to the world, because they do see and they love your gentleness and your humbleness and your way of kind of living simply in the world. And so they may not live that way. They may live kind of big and loud and shiny and, be somebody who draws a lot of attention, does, big things. They may like go to premieres or conferences, or like, I almost get the like walking the red carpet sort of feeling, right? And they may really wish for you to go with them and be with them, once you guys are at that stage in your relationship. And it may at times really be a stretch for you. And I think if you ever said no, they would absolutely respect that and they wouldn't pressure you. But I see that you'll be able to step out of your comfort zone and go with them at times. And I think they're going to make you feel not only safe and respected, but they're going to make you feel like you're the only person there. Like they're going to, all their attention will be on you, and they'll be so happy to kind of like, oh, sorry, that was, my dog just dropped a bone on the ground. So sorry for the loud noise. He's still a puppy, so he's kind of learning the world. Yeah, he's good. So, but they're gonna, yeah, it's interesting, right? Because anything that happens in a reading, I do feel like relates, right? So it might be, it feels like they would drop anything for you and like come to you. So they might be somebody who has a lot of demands on their time, but they're always going to make time for you. They're going to make you feel so special, so seen. I wonder if that's been a concern that you've had, is that you worry if they wouldn't have time for you, wouldn't make time for you. And I don't see that being at all a reason for concern. You're going to be like the most important thing to them. Yeah. Really beautiful. Okay. Let's get some other messages here. So let's see how you are seen by them. How do they see you? How does your person see you? I really feel like this deck is, okay, this card at the bottom really wants to stick. So let's see what we have. Wow, the star. Okay, I can see why. Peace and healing. Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, you guys have this exact energy, the energy of the star. That's how they see you. They see you as this star, this gentle soul. Someone who brings peace and healing to those around you. Six of Feathers, transition and insights. This is the Six of Swords. Five of Crystals, persistence and new possibilities with the ladybug here. And this is the Five of Pentacles. But in this deck, it very much has a, like that persistence and new possibilities energy. It's like a breath of new light, a breath of fresh air. It's like opening a door that was previously closed. Let's get one more card here before we go into your reading a little bit more here with the meanings. King of Shells. Wow. King of Cups. Okay. And the Tower's on the bottom of the deck. That's really interesting because we actually had Tower as bottom of the deck energy in pile 2. So there may be some messages in pile 2 if you were drawn to that reading. But yeah, interesting. So it has that same feeling as, so in pile 2, I talked about the bottom of the deck Tower energy being like when they see you, it's like they're hit by this lightning bolt and they just, it's like their world shifts, their world changes, their priorities change from one day to the next. And that's the energy that comes in here, is that they see you, this beautiful swan star energy, and it's like all of this stuff that used to matter to them, striving, achieving, going after goals, going after accomplishments, maybe even being a bit materialistic or caring a lot about how other people see them or prestige, whatever it was, it's like everything shifts and they just like open up to this new world of love and care and wanting to build this friendship and wanting to be the best person for you in this partnership. I see them transitioning into this new, it's as if before it's almost like the door to their heart was shut. And through meeting you, this whole new possibility of love and relationships opens up. And not only do they want to become this King of Cups for you, but they see you as being so in touch with your emotions. So you're very intuitive, you're very balanced. You have this beautiful, calm way of dealing with anything. Yeah, it's like you're persistent in a way that's it's like water running over a jagged, like sharp rock. Over time, water will wear that jagged, sharp rock down to a smooth, think of like a river rock, right? It's like perfectly smooth, this nice, beautiful oval. When you touch it, it feels like cool and good to your hand, very similar to like a palmstone, right? Kind of that like reassuring sort of energy or vibe. You can just like put a little river rock in your hand and touch it, and it feels so smooth and cool. And yet it took hundreds of years for water running over that to wear it down to such a smooth, it's a slow and gentle process. But the power of water is unmistakable. It's one of the strongest forces in the world, right? Water can create change in a landscape in a way that almost nothing else can, right? Water has created canyons, water has created deep riverbeds, floodplains, you name it, right? So I think that they see you, not only are you a force of good in this world, like they see you as this force of, like, the way you show up is, yeah, you smooth jagged edges. You might even smooth their jagged edges, right? If they have kind of like sharp edges, it's as if you are a balm that smooths their jagged edges down, and you guys just like work so well. Like you work with each other's weaknesses and you almost turn them into strengths, is the message coming through. Yeah, you create change in each other's lives, quite drastic change, and yet it feels like it's good and healing and needed and balancing for both of you. You both bring things to the table that, bring wholeness into each other's lives. Not saying that you weren't both whole before, you both are whole people on your own, but you both have different strengths that really complement each other. And so together, it's as if you're, it's like that 1 + 1 = 3. It's like this synergistic energy where together you're a force. You're a force of change in the world and in each other. I think I'm going to get one more oracle card from this deck, and then I think maybe an oracle card from another deck too, just to get a little more insight into how they see you. How does this person see you? Pile 3. How does their person see them? And this one. Patience. Yeah. They see you as so patient, and that is very much an energy that comes through. And I think they're appreciating your patience with them. I think at times they're quite fiery and quite impulsive, or like, they might want to move things quickly and you might need to go a little slower. And they're appreciating your patience with them, and they're also going to be able to step up and have more patience where you need them to as well. Lightning. I mean, the synchronicities are insane. So yeah, you hit them like a bolt of lightning, but I appreciate how this color is blue. It's like gentle healing lightning, which I don't know how that is possible, but your guys' relationship seems to defy any odds, Yeah, I think that sums it up quite well. Your guys' relationship, they see your presence in their life as this bolt of lightning, but it is in the most beautiful, calming, transformative, like watery, emotional, just inspirational, like spiritually gifted, spiritually enlightening, like all of these things. It's like you come into their life at a time when they actually are quite receptive to this change that you bring in for them, and that they are also going to bring in for you, because they definitely step up in that way for you. But yeah, they're gonna be so grateful that this bolt of lightning happened. Yeah, very transformative. Okay, I think that's all the messages that I have for you, pile number 3. I'm getting kind of like I want to give you more information. I'm not quite sure what that is about. Let me just touch in with that energy. Okay. I am getting the message to pull one more oracle card for you. Thanks for your patience. I'm actually getting the message to pull another of these solitary witch oracle cards that we started out with. And I think part of it, yeah, okay, this is the message coming through. So I do feel like this energy is how you are before this relationship transforms both of you. And I think that Spirit wants to give you kind of a glimpse of how this relationship is going to transform you, and how, because they're clearly being transformed by you, but you also would be transformed by them and by this relationship. The releasement. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So the message, I just got like chills from that actually. So the message coming through here is, yeah, you're going to be released. If you had any sort of feeling of almost being trapped in your own skin at times, of needing to like hide out, or almost, yeah, I feel like you're a very, very sensitive soul, and that at times the world can feel overwhelming, or other people's demands on you can feel overwhelming. You're so giving, and I think at times you give and give and give, and you don't necessarily get the time or the space to recharge in the way that you truly need to. I think this person is almost going to be like this source of energy for you in a lot of ways. Not only that, but they're almost going to enable you to tap into, yeah, it's like an inner fire that you didn't even realize was there. It's like they're going to help you kind of break out of your shell to some extent. I like how there's the contrast here of this, person has their hair in these tight braids, these two tight braids. And in this card, they have their hair just loose and flowing in the wind, right? Really showing me that like anything that maybe felt like tight and contained and wound up within you is going to be released and set free to really thrive. And yeah, there definitely could be like some messages here about you guys like really tapping into each other in the bedroom, like really tapping into each other's energy, and like having a lot of freedom and creativity and passion in new ways that you've maybe not experienced, and that's really gonna like light a new fire within you, light a new spark. Yeah, release you from any kind of inhibitions or anything that's really been holding you back, and in your life in general is, I think, going to be released through this relationship with this extremely dynamic person. Yeah, there's just such a feeling of being set free, of freedom. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think that is the final message that really needed to come through. So Spirit really wanted to give you that insight there for a reason. So, and I just saw 3333. So that could definitely be a strong message for, or confirmation for someone here. You might also be seeing threes a lot during or before you meet this person, or while your relationship is kind of like getting to new levels. So yeah, I'm getting that like 3333 is a sign that they're thinking of you as well. So really cute. Okay. Well, beautiful Pile 3, I really enjoyed doing this reading for you. This relationship looks so transformative and exciting and vibrant. And you guys are just like so cute together. So I really love the energy coming through here. Rose quartz might be a good crystal for you to keep nearby as you're kind of going through this transformation. I think it will help you to have an open heart and, just be open to this transformative energy coming into your life, because I can see that it could be quite intense at times. Okay. All right, so pile 3, thank you so much for watching. Please, if you enjoyed it, go ahead and like this video, comment if you feel so inspired. I love to read your comments, they bring me life. And definitely subscribe if you'd like to, 1, support the channel, and 2, get notified when I post new videos. Subscribing is one of the best ways that you can support these videos and all of the readings that I do. So thank you so much, Pile 3. I hope to see you again in another reading. Take care.